Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to check out a brand new 2023 Toyota RAV4 Prime, which means we have a plug-in hybrid on the RAV4, and the color here is Wind Chill. So we're going to check this out, see what this RAV4 Prime brings to this plug-in hybrid market. So let's dig in. All right, front end action on this RAV4 Prime in the Wind Chill, which is a great color on this vehicle. We have that Toyota badge in the middle with the chrome and the blue. Blue badge on the Toyota means it is a hybrid, and this is the plug-in. We have gloss black on the top of the grille portion, which looks good with some flat black underneath. With also some chrome or aluminum finish down below. We have LED headlights, LED turn signals, and LED daytime running lamps, but a good front end on this RAV4 Prime. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, wheel and tire setup on this RAV4 Prime XSE. And what do we have here? We have a 19-inch wheel, gloss black and silver. Looks like we got 5 golf tees as the spokes on the wheels. It's an interesting design, looks pretty cool. Standard brake and rotor package, that Toyota badge on the center cap. And these 19-inch wheels are wrapped in Yokohama AWD GT all-season tires, 235 on the width, the 55 series sidewall 19s, all 4 corners, all-wheel drive. Full side profile on this RAV4 Prime XSE. The wind chill is a great color, especially when you have all these black accents all over the car. With the gloss black over the wheel wells, the gloss black along the bottom of the door sills, the gloss black on the wheels, and the gloss black roof with the chrome. So everything seems to fit really well with this wind chill color. And again, the RAV4 hasn't changed much over the years. They've evolved the design rather than being a revolutionary design, and I think it looks really good. Let me know what you think about the RAV4 design in the comments. As we move in closer, as I mentioned, you have the gloss black on the wheel wells. You have the plug-in hybrid badge here on the front fender. We are gloss black on the side view mirror with LED turn signals. No 360-degree cameras on this, however. And we are color matched on the front and rear door handle. This is the charge port door right here. And on the opposite side, you have the gas tank fuel filler. Up top, again, we have this gloss black roof with shark fin antenna and that spoiler coming off the top. Gloss black on the roof rails, and we have that nice large sunroof. All right, the back end of this RAV4 Prime, again, we have that roof spoiler coming off the top. Windshield wiper down below on the gas, the Toyota hybrid badge right in the middle. We have LED taillights, LED brake lights, however, standard bulbs for turn signals. On the left side of the tailgate, you have RAV4 Prime. On the right side, you have XSE with gloss black all the way down on the rear bumper and a functional dual exhaust. We are under the hood of this 2023 RAV4 Prime, and what are we looking at for an engine? Well, we have a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine mated to a CVT transmission. 302 horsepower. That's a net horsepower number, gas and electric combined, 165 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 estimate, this car is pretty quick at 5.7 seconds. MPGEs, 94 in combined driving. Gas only miles per gallon, 38 miles per gallon in combined driving. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Coming over to the right side of the vehicle for our electric charge port, and here it is. You just pull this off, and there is your charger. Now this isn't DC fast charge, right? So level 2 home charger, which is 220 volts, you're looking at a full charge on this battery in about 4.5 hours. And it's going to add 42 miles of electric only range. But it also increases your range to gas tank. So with this plug-in hybrid electric assist, plus the amount of gas you have in your tank, you can get up to 600 miles of total range to each tank of gas, which is huge and a big selling point of this RAV4 Prime. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Before we get into the interior of this 2023 RAV4 Prime, you're going to want to know, Mike, How much does this RAV4 cost? Well, the RAV4 Prime is not an inexpensive vehicle. You're looking at a total MSRP, which includes destination and handling, of $49,094. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator, all rubberized finish. The carpeted floor mats are in the tailgate area of the car at this point. Driver's seat, we do have a power driver's seat with lumbar, however, manual assist for the front passenger. On the seats, nice black Softex with the red stitching and the Softex with red insert, which looks nice. Nice and soft on the headrests with the stitching, bolstering, nice and firm but not too crazy. Really nice looking interior in this RAV4 Prime. Door panels in this RAV4 Prime, really nice soft touch material up top with the red stitching. It's really nice and soft. And then we have pretty much just a black with some brushed aluminum accents around the door handle area and the switch gear. Looking good. And then we also have the upgraded JBL sound system in this RAV4 Prime. To the dash, soft touch up here, more brushed aluminum that goes around the hair vent, and I like the way that connects. It looks really cool. More soft touch with the stitching. An area here for storage, and then down below, you have a nice large glove box. Infotainment system time, and this is the new infotainment system from Toyota that we're seeing in all their new vehicles. This is the 10.25 inch size, and we have over-the-air updates for all the infotainment system software and maps, which means in order to access the navigation, you need to log into the system with a user ID, password, email, that sort of thing, in order to get the navigation to work. Obviously, this is not a press car. It's a car that is for sale on the lot, and I cannot put my personal information in here to connect the nav, so I can't show you that part. But we do have buttons to enable your audio, so you can get in your FM, AM, Sirius XM, and all that stuff. We can Bluetooth a phone. We can get into our vehicle settings, and we can take a look at, set our charging schedules for that battery. Take a look at our energy flow to see how the energy is flowing through the car. Take a look at our trip information, where we're going and what time we're going to be there, and all that good stuff. You got your settings down here where you can Bluetooth your devices. You got your Wi-Fi hotspot and all that other good jazz. So there is a lot of good stuff here, and we do have wireless Apple CarPlay, but we have Android Auto compatibility. That's what it says on the window sticker, which means to me we have wireless Apple CarPlay, but wired Android Auto. Let me know if you know more about that in the comments, but that's what Android Auto compatibility means to me on the window sticker. But it's a nice system. As we go to the reverse camera, we have a large camera, takes up the whole area, which is nice, with trajectory and the center line right there. So it is a really nice backup camera in here. As we move down, here are four-way hazards right here with 2 heat and air vents. And then we have our dual climate control action, which is a nice touch. And then down below, we have our traction control off. We have heated seats for both 2 stages for both the driver and the front passenger. And then down below that, we have a 12-volt USB and a wireless charging pad. Then we come down further. Here is the gear shift with the nice gator and the stitching to go through the simulated gears of the CVT. We have the parking brake, and then we have our auto EV HV button that we can turn on. And then we have our charge hold button that we can turn on as well. So we can run this on EV only, or we can run this as a hybrid. Here are our drive modes, which we'll go through when we take a look at the dash. As we come down here, 2 cup holders, and then your Toyota key fob, which is in this protective baggie right now, but it says RAV4 on the back, which is nice. And up top you have a pretty simple key fob with lock, unlock, pop the tailgate, and your panic button, and it's nice and light. As we come down further, we have a semi-soft center armrest with the stitching, which is a nice touch. And then we open that up. We have a nice storage area, felt lined with 2 USB-Cs. Toyota steering wheel, nice Softex wrap steering wheel, heated steering wheel as well. I have it on and it feels really good. We have red stitching around the inside, which dresses it up a bit, which I like. We also have some brushed aluminum trim, and the Toyota badge on the horn button, so a nice looking steering wheel. And we have all flat black on the switchgear, which is nice. On the left side, you have your telephone voice commands and this pad right here to go through the menu on your digital dash. And then on the right side of the car, you have your parking sensors, lane keep assist controls, as well as your adaptive cruise control. On the right side, we do have paddles to go up and down the simulated gears of the CVT. We also have on the left our headlight controls, bright light controls, and on the right the front and rear windshield wiper. We have a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Down below we can brighten and dim the dash, electric high beam assist, windshield wiper de-icer, heated steering wheel, trip odometer. And then we come to our all digital dash, which is a very nice presentation. And like I said, our driving modes, we can go to Eco and everything changes as our RAV4 rolls in, which is cool. We can come back to the right, we go to Sport and everything turns red. We push the button on top of the dial to return us to normal. And then if we want to go to trail mode, there's a button on the center console that says trail. We can push that, and then all we have is a green light that shows up there saying trail, and that is it. So a nice presentation. And then when we look at the menu on the inside, we can change how we want our settings to look. We can also go through the other menu to get to other information. Let me hold this down and change the settings. There we go. And then we can go up and down to look at other menu information as well. So it is a nice, simple menu to go through to look at different information. Overhead console action. We do have LED dome lighting in here, and to get that come on and off when you open and close the door, this door button right here needs to be pushed in, and then when that's pushed in, when you open the door, the lighting comes on. When you close the door, the lighting dims out. And now here are your SOS button, and here you can open and close the sunroof. But the shade is manual, so you need to open up the shade with your hands, and then you can click and hold to open the actual roof as it goes back. And you can also tilt it if you would like. But it's a standard sunroof, no panoramic roof in this RAV4 Prime, and then you can close the shade by hand. As we look at our sun visor, we have a nice sun visor with the vanity. Now, it does not extend, but we have an extension here to block out that side sun, so that's a good job. Driver's door panel. The only reason why I'm mentioning this is because I find it interesting that we don't have a power fold mirror in a RAV4 Prime, and we don't have memory seats, something I think this RAV4 Prime at $50,000 should have. Let me know what you think in the comments. Getting in the back seat of this RAV4 Prime, I have that driver's seat set for my driving position, so we'll get on in. Nice and simple. And now we're in, and nice amount of room for my knees and my head at 5'11". Nice soft text all the way down, no plastic. We got a seat pocket behind both the front passenger seats, which is nice. Down below, we have 2 heat and air vents, and then right down there, 2 USB-Cs. So they have the heavy covered back here for connectivity, which is good, and air and heat. And then the back door panel, same nice door panel as we have up front with the soft touch, with the stitching, with the brushed aluminum. Here is our front door panel looking good, and here is the back door panel looking the same and nice. And I like the way the car makers keep that design vibe going from front to back. Back seats looking good. The soft text again with the stitching, with the inserts, nice and comfortable. And then center armrest, nice and soft. 2 cup holders. So they got you covered in the back of this RAV4 Prime. All right, cargo area time in this RAV4 Prime. You can pop that from the tailgate from the key fob or from the dash, or you can come to the back and right underneath the hybrid Toyota emblem, we have a button. Just push it, a couple of beeps, nice electric assist on the way up, nice electric assist on the way back down using this button right here. And now we have a good amount of room in this 2-row compact SUV. Here are our carpeted floor mats that I mentioned earlier. They're still in the baggie with some extra accessories that came with this vehicle, but a nice area for storage. We lift this up, nice spare tire as well. Thank you, Toyota, for that. In the back, We got a 12 volt for power. We got LED lighting as well. And here's our subwoofer for that JBL sound system. So a really nice place. You got this security shade that you can bring out and hook up to protect everything if you don't want anybody to see what you're carrying. And if you want to put the rear seats down, it's a piece of cake from back here, because all you have to do is reach up, hit this button, throw the seat down, and then go to the other side and do the same thing. And now you have a lot more space for those larger items. If we can try to get this out of the way. You got a lot more space with those seats down. A really good use of space in the back of the RAV4 by Toyota. And if you don't want this thing in here, you can just take this out. Just pops right out, and then you can fit in some really tall items. And with this boxy shape, you get a lot of height from the floor up to the roof, which is nice. Here is the window sticker for this 2023 RAV4 Prime XSE all-wheel drive. So feel free to pause the video, zoom in, check out everything that's optioned into this vehicle. And now, let's take her out for a spin. All right, we are out on the road in this 2023 Toyota RAV4 Prime. And before we get into the actual driving dynamics of the vehicle, first off, plenty of visibility out the windshield, plenty of visibility out the side glass, side view mirrors, rear glass, all the safety suite of technologies in here, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz is in here. So they got you covered there. They got the LED lighting as well for safety, which I like. So they got everything you need to have in here as far as that goes, with great visibility. Cabin's very quiet here on the back roads. Well damped, soaking up the bumps nicely. So that's not an issue with the suspension. This naturally aspirated inline 4 is a bit noisy when you take off, but what are you going to do? That's what we're using here for this maximize MPGs and range with this plug-in hybrid. And that's probably my favorite part about this vehicle, is that estimated 600 miles of range to tank when you combine this plug-in electricity with the gas-powered engine. And I think that's a great number, a great number. Now, just like the RAV4 all-gas Limited we drove the other day, the driving dynamics on this vehicle are pretty much the same, right? You have the steering is direct, but it's a little light, it's a little vague, but that's to be expected in a vehicle like this, because again, just like the all-gas Limited, you're using this to run your errands, haul your stuff around, haul your passengers around, and for that purpose it does very, very well, and it fits the bill. If you don't need anything bigger than this, it's perfect. And you can just tell the Toyota build quality in here is excellent. Panel fit is fantastic. Toyota's reliability for quality and reliability is top notch, so I don't think you'd have to worry about any of that stuff for sure. We're going to come down this lonely road here, do a brake test, do an acceleration test, see how she does. Make sure there's no one behind me, and then we'll get it up to about 45 and 3, 2, 1, and there goes there goes the buzzer. I think you heard that. That is the anti-lock brakes. Brakes didn't lock up. Everything stayed straight and then straight line. No pull out of the steering wheel. Very nice. Now take off. And down the road we go. Again, in the turns, it's going to It's going to lean, it's going to wallow a bit, because this is not a corner carver by any stretch of the imagination. It's an economical vehicle, but not at an economical price. The RAV4 is an expensive car, this Prime, at pretty much $50,000. The SXE is the top trim in the RAV4 Prime. So this is pretty much what you see here is pretty much what you're going to get in a RAV4 Prime, with the all-weather package option and some other package options, which gives you the wireless charging and some USBs and your heated steering wheel and that kind of thing. But it is a pretty good chunk. And then that really starts the question of, well, you know, that RAV4 gas only limited we saw was in the low 40s. And now we're looking at $8,000 more for this plug-in. And yes, I get better range, but is it worth the extra $8 grand I have to lay out over time? And that's the question you have to ask for yourself, depending on how many miles you're going to be driving. But here we go. 0 to 60 test in 3, 2, 1. And we're up. Really nice pickup. This 302 combined horsepower, net horsepower, is getting this car down the road quickly. So if you need to merge onto the highway, you need to get out of problems, you're going to have no problem with this horsepower in this engine. It gets the job done easily. Now, max horsepower isn't going to kick in till you're high in the rev range, but your max torque is going to kick in about 3,000 RPM on the engine. So it's going to come in much lower to help this thing get up and going and get down the road before you hit that max horsepower at around 6,000 RPM or thereabouts. But really nice ride. And I've always liked the way the RAV4 rides, because it feels more substantial than the competition that you may be looking at. You know, the Korean competition from Hyundai and Kia. The cars I've reviewed, I've liked, but they feel lighter than this one. This one feels heavier, it feels more substantial, which is interesting because the Koreans only use steel in their cars, whereas the Japanese use a combo of steel and aluminum. So you would think this car would be lighter, but it feels more substantial than its Korean counterparts, which is major competition, especially on cost, for the RAV4. But the RAV4 is still the benchmark in this compact SUV market. There's just no doubt about it. Everybody is shooting at this vehicle to get more sales. That's just the way it is. But it's just a really comfortable vehicle to drive. Very, very competent. Seats now, the seats are comfortable. Toyota seats I always find to be very comfortable. The bolstering isn't tight at all. It's very relaxed. So that's good. I'm going to switch this into sport mode and we'll see if our bolstering still feels about the same even in sport mode. And in sport mode, you could feel the suspension tighten a little bit. You could feel the steering tighten up a little bit now, but not a lot. Not like major sports car action when you go into sport mode. But now it does feel much tighter in the turn and in the handling with the sport mode action on. And we were in normal. All right, so we'll do one more acceleration test here now from sport mode. See how she does. In 3, 2, 1. All-wheel drive getting the power down. And there we go. Up to 60 in no time. Feels good. All-wheel drive gets the power down, so you're not going to slip wheels, which is good, even with these all-season tires, which aren't the grippiest, that's for sure. But really, really well done here in the RAV4. So let me know what you guys think about RAV4 Prime. Does it make sense to spend $50,000 on this RAV4 Prime when you can get a RAV4, let's say limited, which I think has a bit of a nicer interior than this XSE, gas only for about $8,000 less, or you can get the regular RAV4 hybrid, which is below this in the lineup, and get really, really awesome gas mileage as well, and spend less than the plug-in hybrid. So is the plug-in hybrid actually worth that extra cash layout to get that almost 600 miles, or estimated 600 miles range to tank in both gas and electric? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is the RAV4 the way you would roll in this compact SUV market, or are you going to roll a different way? Are you going to go rolling with, let's say, the Kia Sportage or the Hyundai Tucson? Or are you going to roll with maybe, you know, the products from Honda, CR-V, HR-V, that kind of thing? Or are you a tried and true Toyota person and you're sticking with RAV4 or another Toyota model, not necessarily the Prime? Would you be going RAV4 gas only, RAV4 hybrid instead? Now, with the RAV4 hybrids, like this RAV4 Prime, the transmission is going to be a CVT. With the gas only RAV4, your transmission is going to be an 8-speed automatic. So you do have a change in transmissions depending on which option you go with regarding your powertrain. Or excuse me, regarding your engine, on whether it's going to be a gas-only option or a hybrid option. Obviously, this one feels a little bit more lower to the ground because obviously you got some electric batteries in here. 18.1 kilowatt hour, 310 volt battery pack in here for the plug-in. It was going to make this vehicle a little bit heavier than the gas-powered one we drove earlier. But we're going to slow down and give these people a head start in front of us. Nobody else is behind us. There we go. And now we'll just zip up onto the on-ramp. Nice and smooth going through the turns on the on-ramp. To the left. Very nice. And now back to the right. And then onto the highway. Alright, now we're up at highway speeds and we're going down the road. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. But I'm going to stop talking, let you hear the wind noise that I'm getting here. So there is some significant wind noise on the highway. Not surprising in this class. But and you get some tire noise, you do get some noise from the outside of the vehicle. But overall, really, really good. Really like it. But the question becomes, is it worth the extra cash to go plug-in hybrid over the other RAV4 options, either gas only or regular hybrid? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. We're going to wrap it up here. I want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Toyota RAV4 Prime XSE all-wheel drive for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.